Okay, today is the 15th, 16th, I think. I can't remember. Um, Normally, like I said, I do guitar building, guitar review, guitar effects crap on this channel. Um, and I posted a couple videos about the COVID 19 crap, which is bullshit. If you know me, if like I said before, if you're on my Facebook page, or like I mentioned in this channel before, I'm in law enforcement. I'm a law enforcement for Department of Defense, and I harped and bitched about um, this COVID crap, and there's no COVID whatsoever. Trust me, I know this. It is all a democratical scare tactic to get you guys brainwashed to believe that there is shit going on. Ironically, it is an election year to kick out Trump, and I support Trump. But anyway, like I said before, I'm in law enforcement for the Department of Defense. A little bit about my background: uh, 12 years military. I was Army. I flew in helicopters and military police. 3 years as a deputy sheriff. 10 years as a firefighter. So I've been a public servant longer than probably most of you have been breathing fucking air. So this bullshit with the what the hell you call it, BLM bullshit, whatever. Um, I call it bullshit because it's just a democratic anarchy way of trying to separate the people. Um, like I said, with my job being law enforcement, I was recently promoted to field supervisor, uh, and I just got for work. Yes, early in the morning. I do work really long hours, and I just walked in a couple hours ago from work, and I'm retired for the day, more or less, and I'm relaxing. Um, but what I don't understand is not all cops are bad. I got a lot of friends. Matter of fact, in my neighborhood, I have cops. I have one cop. I'm in Southern California. I have one cop who's an Escondido cop. I have one cop who's a CHP. I have one cop who's a Hemet cop. Um, right here on my street, and we bullshit now and then, when we get a chance and everything else. Um, but the crap in with George Floyd, I disagree with that cop. Yeah, he was completely in the wrong, 100%. Yeah, George Floyd uh, did resist a little bit, but he was cuffed and on the ground. He had posed no threat whatsoever to the officer, so there is no need for him to sit there with his knee on George's neck, basically choking him out. And we are taught we cannot do that. We cannot even do a chokehold. It's completely against department policy for a chokehold, and a lot of other agencies are implementing that standards. No chokeholds whatsoever. uh, Cut and dry. It's been going on for the past 6, 8 months now. We cannot use chokehold or anything, any kind of anything around the neck. We cannot do. Yeah, between the shoulder blades, yes, but above that, no. We cannot do anything like that. Um, so yeah, that cop was wrong um, on that part with him again, the knee on the neck, and the poor guy was saying, "I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe." Um, And the sad thing is that there's three other cops sitting around watching this. One cop, or any of the cops, could have said, "Hey, dude, get up, get off his neck. He's detained, he's cuffed, he's good to go." You know, but no, the asshole sat there with his knee on his neck, with his hand in his pocket. I don't know, he's looking for his Marlboro or a lighter or some shit. I don't, who the fuck knows? But this other one, Richard, what's it? I forget his last name. Richard guy, in Georgia. Yes, the cop was 100% correct on shooting him because a taser is a deadly weapon. And every cop, every person that has common sense will tell you, cut and dry, a taser can be deadly. A person has a medical condition, a heart condition, for example. I have heart condition. I have atrial fibrillation, irregular heartbeat. I get tased, my heart could either, you know, beat faster or quit beating completely. Hard to say. Yeah, I take medication for it, and I've been deemed clear by my physician and whatnot. So yeah, again, but anyway, enough of that. But anyway, yeah, a taser is a deadly weapon. People don't say, well, you just get zapped and you freeze up for a second. Yeah, you do. Matter of fact, 5 to 10 seconds, you're frozen stiff. You can't move. You can't do anything unless you're on PCP, meth, heroin, cocaine, crack, 8 ball, speed, whatever. You don't feel it, and the adrenaline. You have an adrenaline dump, and your body fights off the pain from the taser. But again, a normal person, drunk, uh, belligerent, stupid, whatever else, uh, gets tased. Yeah, you do freeze up 5 to 10 seconds. You drop like a bag, excuse me, like a bag of nails, and you're incapacitated. Uh, the guy grabbed the taser and went to shoot at the other cop. Um, if that cop is by himself, he's incapacitated. That gives uh, Richard, Richard, something, gives him a chance. If the cop is by himself, that gives him a chance to run back over and grab the cop's gun out of his holster and shoot him in the head, while deploying the taser at the same time. So yeah, the cop was 100% correct, which brings up the fact that because like I said, I got promoted to field supervisor, and my vehicle is a black SUV with a light bar on it, on the roof. Um, I have very little markings whatsoever on my vehicle. So the other day I was coming from San Diego going to Ontario to turn in my vehicle and go to my office and do some paperwork and go home. Uh, I can't say bots, I cannot say somebody, some fucking moron had the audacity while on the highway, and everybody in Southern California drives 75, 80, 85 miles an hour, sometimes 90, sometimes 100 miles an hour. I was doing 80 in my patrol vehicle, trying to go back, to Ontario from San Diego. Some cocksucker had the audacity to, as he passed me at a high rate of speed, throw a rock at my vehicle, you know, cracking the windshield. Luckily, that's all it did was just crack the windshield. Again, you know, just because you see a cop car on the road does not necessarily mean that that cop is a fucking dick or that cop deserves to have, something happen to him like being attacked or whatever. I, you know, I'm doing my job, you know, going trying to go home and whatnot, and some worthless fucking punk throws a rock at me, causes me to swerve off the road. Um, I got out, inspected the damage, called my boss, and let him know what was going on, and proceeded. I mean, my window was not bad enough where I proceeded on back to my office in Ontario, and left it at that. Um, if I had a chance, and if it was just a single vehicle on the roadway, such as this worthless fuck, and he had done that to me, then yeah, I would have, done what I could to pull his ass over and, proceeded to beat the fuck out of him. But Yeah, it was like, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, rush hour traffic, and I am not going to, you know, do something ignorant or get power hungry and run everybody down to catch this guy. Unfortunately, excuse me, unfortunately, I don't have a dash cam yet in my vehicle, but so I just let it slide. I figured insurance will take care of it. Uh, no damage other than my windshield is cracked. But again, my point being, and this is going to be a really short video. I'm about to hang up right now. Um, my point is, just because you see a cop car or a unmarked unit with a light bar on the roof or lights inside the windshield or whatever else, don't prejudge. You have no fucking clue who that person is, what that person does, or what's going on. Don't be a fucking cocksucker, because you will do something like that and it'll be the wrong person that you do it to, and the results could be, devastating slash deadly. It might be a hot-headed cop. It might be somebody who's like just totally hot-headed. It might be a fucking construction worker, and I've seen construction workers on I-15 and their vehicles, cars or pickup trucks or SUVs that have light bars on the roof for construction, but when they're turned off, they're clear. You don't see the color of the lights, just like my light bar is. When it's turned off, it's completely clear. Not see-through clear, but you don't see the colors of it until I turn them on. But, a lot of construction companies have light bars that when they're turned off, they are, you don't know what color it is until turn on, then they're amber. Uh, just because you see a vehicle with a light bar on the roof or inside the windshield or on the dashboard, it might be, a 360-pound construction worker, iron welder, supervisor kind of guy. You throw a rock at his ass or run him off the road, he might beat the fuck out of you. Uh, so don't be a fucking cocksucker. Is that simple. Um, anyway, that's my video. Like I said, just because there's crap going on, yeah, one cop was bad, one cop was in the right for shooting this guy who stole the taser, beat the cop up, stole the taser, and went to shoot him with a taser. That is justifiable in all laws of the land, guaranteed. Because like I said, a taser is a deadly weapon. He did possess a threat towards the officer. Um, he did try to deploy the taser. I don't know if the taser cartridge was spent, and the little puff of smoke you see coming from the taser gun, if it was the CO2 cartridge that it was emitting the gases, or there was an active cartridge in the taser, and he just turned and shot it, and the tongs flew out. Who knows? But still, that cop was justifiable in shooting that Georgia guy, without a doubt. The burning down the Wendy's. I don't know what the fuck Wendy's had to do with it. I like their French fries and milkshakes, but yeah. But the other cop, oh crap, I gotta. Oh, someone mentioned me on Facebook. Um, but the first cop with a knee in the neck, like I said, people I work for, they said, uh, anything from here up, no, off limits. No chokeholds, no knees and necks. Knees and shoulder blades, yes. Knees and the kidneys, yes. Uh, between the thigh and lower leg, and bend the leg back so you kind of like dislocate the kneecap, yeah, that's fine. But from here up, no. So that cop was in the wrong completely for using the knee in the neck, causing a carotid chokehold uh, by force, causing this guy to pass out and die. But anyway, that's all I got to say. You got anything to say or add or comment me on? Uh, Comment, or you can get in contact with me through Facebook. It's Rob Main, Main. You'll see a picture of me with one of my guns, shooting, and my background is one of my guitars and whatnot. It's a red guitar, and a little circle thingy is me, shooting my gun. Subscribe to me, add me to your friends list on Facebook. I don't care. Ask any kind of questions you have, and I'll do what I can to answer them. Thank you. Have a good one.